You're finding numbers on the number line. So I just wanted to let you guys know that at the beginning, only 18% of people got that question right on the test. But yesterday, 59.4% of everyone did. So that's a lot better than the first time you guys took a test on this objective. So look at how much growth you guys did. Look at how much orange there is. So anyways, I just want to let you guys know that that's a class point for working really hard. All right, so you guys are getting really close to the class reward, and I just want to let you know that if you stay on your best behavior, it's possible that you'll get the... We're going to be learning mental math strategies. So mental math, let's see, is math that we do in our head without a paper and pencil. So this is useful because you know Miss Owens was just teaching you about adding and subtracting, and you have to, write down the first number and write down the second number and then add and subtract, and it's a lot of steps. This is so much easier. This is going to be so easy, you don't even need to write it down. We're going to do everything in our heads, okay? So it's really exciting and it's really cool, and you can use this all the time when you're doing math. So the first thing that we need to review before we get started are a few important addition problems. Does anybody know what 50 plus 50 equals? Can you silently raise your hand if you know the answer? Yes, Anthony. 110? Are you sure? Let's write it out down here. Let's pretend. So if we have one addend is 50 and the other addend is 50. Okay, so we're going to cover up these numbers. What's 0 plus 0? Shout it out. 0. Okay, then what's 5 plus 5? So what does 50 plus 50 equal? All right, very good. So 50 plus 50 equals 100. Now we have another important problem that we need to do. Can I please have everyone's eyes on me and mouths closed? I see Saul's eyes on me. I see Vanessa's mouth closed. Okay, what is 25 plus 75? Does anyone know the answer to that one? Yeah, 100? 100. Okay, so let's write it down. 25 plus 75. What's 5 plus 5? 10. All right, so we put the 0 down. We got to carry our 1. What's 1 plus 2? 3. And what's 3 plus 7? 9. 3 plus 7? 3 plus 7? 10. So 25 plus 75 also equals 100. Now these are going to be really important for everyone to remember, and so I'm going to leave this up here to help us remember it, okay? So there are two strategies that we're going to learn today to help us do math in our heads. They're called the pieces strategy and the lots of zeros strategy. So first, all right, so the next strategy that we're going to learn to do things in our head is the lots of zeros strategy. So let's pretend that I have 12,000 minus 5,000. So these are really big numbers, and I'm like, how can I do this problem in my head? So before we looked at the number that was in the ones place, but now we just have zeros there, so that's not going to help us. So what we can do is, since there's the same number of zeros in both of these numbers, there's 3 zeros, right? 1, 2, 3, and there's also 3 in 5,000. 1, 2, 3. We're going to pretend that they're not there. So I'm just going to cross them out for right now. So let's pretend that this problem is 12 minus 5. Who can tell me what 12 minus 5 is? Come please raise your hand silently and tell me what 12 minus 5 is. Saul?
7.
7, that is correct. So 12 minus 5 is 7. But since before I crossed out those 3 zeros and pretended they weren't there, I need to re-add them into my answer. So I had 7 from 12 minus 5, and I just add 3 zeros. So now what's my answer? Who can raise their hand and tell me what number this is? That was our answer. Daisy?
7,000.
Exactly. The answer is 7,000, so I'm going to circle it. Okay, let's do another one. We are going to do, say we have 9,000, and we want to add 6,000. So these are big numbers, right? So what would be the first thing we should do if we're looking at these two numbers? Which strategy are we going to use? Are we going to use the pieces strategy, or are we going to use the lots of zeros strategy? Lots of zeros, right? Because we've got lots of zeros in this problem. Carlos, can you please sit down? Thank you. Okay, so what should I do first, now that we know which strategy we're going to use? Yes, Kevin?
Add 9 plus 6.
Exactly. We're going to add 9 plus 6. And who can tell me what 9 plus 6 equals? Who can raise their hand and tell me what 9 plus 6 equals? Someone I haven't heard from. Someone I haven't heard from. What's 9 plus 6? Leslie. How many? 15, right. So, now what do I have to do? Now that I know that 9 plus 6 is 15, what do I have to do? I want you to think really hard. Remember on the first problem, we pretended the 3 zeros weren't there, and then we added them back in at the end. So if we pretended that, once again, these 3 zeros weren't here to do 9 plus 6, what do we have to do? Kevin?
Put the 3 zeros.
Exactly. We need to add the 3 zeros back down here. So 9,000 plus 6,000
Equals 15,000.
equals 15,000. All right. So now we're going to do a little bit more practice.